So that's the official sign of a show. So welcome to my show, Konnect with Kim. Thank you for being here tonight. It's a great way to get together in this virtual format. We hope you can enjoy the show or share conversations, news you can use, and have fun. So I am a person who likes to support, empower, and inspire everyone. So I created this show that way we could stay connected. So glad you guys are here tonight. So I want to welcome Jeff, who's new on the show. We're get a chance to get to know Jeff here in a little while. I want to welcome Dane back. So thank you. So we're gonna keep our microphones muted so that way we can cut down on the background noise. We do welcome and encourage audience participation.
So, you want me to keep my camera muted?
You can, that's fine. You can keep it just like that. So this session is being recorded. If you have any general questions about anything, we ask you to save them until the end of the show when we can have a chance to talk. So the motivational message this month, this week is, I actually pulled it right off my phone, so my bad. It says, sometimes if you're lucky, life will offer you a second chance. It's called tomorrow. I hope that December will always be the start of something good for you. So I really like that, even though they said sometimes you're lucky, life will offer you a second chance. So even if we're all having a bad day, I hope tomorrow is a little bit better for each of us. So announcements this week is basketball and swimming are in full swing now. So the Brew team has a home game on the 13th at 5:15 at the community center. And so I wanted to give a huge shout out to my swim coach, Stephanie, and to our amazing basketball coaches, Leanne and Ken. They do a lot right now, short staffed, but they just got a new hire. So hopefully we get to see her a little bit more helping out. So I know they do a lot for us. So I wanted to give them a huge shout out to Stephanie and Leanne and Ken for holding the department together. And I asked Stephanie if there was any updates from swimming. She says no, just tell them that we keep on swimming. So I really couldn't. Once we get more information on when meets are, we'll let you guys know as well. Okay, so Chris asked what the game was. I know you guys all wanted this pancake versus waffle, but it's my show since Emily and Rhonda's gave this show up to me now. So I want to go around, and I know it's a holiday season coming up. So I'm gonna ask you guys what your favorite or family / holiday memories or tradition that you guys do. You guys can name two. So I guess I'll start it off. So one of my favorite traditions is that we like going around looking at all the different Christmas lights. It's so pretty this time of year. And as a kid, we always opened like a family gift, like one gift before we went to bed, which was usually like pajamas, so we could all wear Christmas pajamas on Christmas morning. And then we always have the Christmas castle. Each year, it's a family tradition that we always make. Every family makes, like all my siblings make the same casserole for Christmas. It's a breakfast casserole. So that's what. So since Jeff's a guest, I'll go with Jeff. And then, so when you're done, Jeff, if you can just ask somebody there, answer the same question.
Okay. Let me see. Two things I that really stand out to me from when I was a kid doing Christmas with my family. We, first of all, three things. My mom and dad were really smart, and they'd always make us wait as late as possible. So, you know, the kids, we were all up at like 5 a.m. ready to go, and they'd make us wait till like 10 o'clock. But at 10 o'clock, we couldn't just run downstairs. We all had to line up at the top of the stairs in our PJs, and then we walked downstairs. And then we got to open our stockings, but we couldn't do the presents then. Then we had to have breakfast. So the second part of the memory is we had this electric orange juice squeezer that my dad had bought, and we always had fresh squeezed orange juice on the morning. And usually there was a big fat orange in each of our stocking toes, and that's, you know, what we made the orange juice from. So, and I will ask Melissa what some of her Christmas memories are.
My Christmas memories are go opening presents and opening presents with my family. I'll go with Thomas.
Well, my favorite tradition of Christmas is to be stay home, relax and peaceful without my housemates.
Yeah, with all your housemates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna go to your family's house at all, Thomas, for Christmas?
No,
You're just gonna stay home with like Ben and those guys?
yes,
Yeah.
my dad's still in Florida.
Oh, your dad's still in Florida?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully your dad comes home from Florida soon.
Yeah. My brother is in California.
Your brother's in California. Never been to California.
And my sister, she's in Alabama.
Okay, I've been to Florida a lot. My brother lives in Tampa. Tampa,
Okay.
Florida.
Yeah, and my mom just passed away.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
so-
my-
sorry to hear about that, buddy. It's
Yeah,
probably
this my morning.
yeah.
I choose Leanne.
You choose Leanne.
Probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe. The boys both got drones for Christmas. They wanted drones real bad. And so they got their drones, and it was really cold outside, and there was snow on the ground, and they were out flying their drones outside with Shannon. And I can't remember if it was Dominic's or Dane's drone that got stuck up in the tree. It was yours. And Shannon was climbing up a tree, getting in his sandals and pajamas, getting Dane's drone out of the tree on the middle of the snow. And I was laughing so hard, and everyone was laughing, and it was fun and joyous. And it just really sticks out to me because it was just a cool memory. It was good. So that's my favorite Christmas memory. Who hasn't gone yet?
So we got, I think, Chris and Dane.
Chris and Dane. So I'm gonna go with Dane because I can see him on my screen. Take it away, Dane.
Okay, so actually, it what actually was it in the tree? Okay, I remember that the one time with those drones actually, that Dominic flew my drone all the way into the air, and it wouldn't stop, and it just eventually came down. We don't know where it came down to, and we were all laughing, but I don't think I was happy. I was like, where's my drone? I want my drone.
You should tell him that he should owe you a new one.
My mom got me a new one.
Aw, because your mom's nice like that.
Well, that was my Christmas memory. I'm gonna pass it on to Thomas.
I think Thomas went, so can we go with Chris? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, Chris.
Okay.
I went to for Christmas with my dad. Spent night with my dad for Christmas.
Are you staying home for Christmas? Are you going to Florida, Chris?
No, I married. That's it. I got this Christmas to our sister, our daughter had for Christmas Eve. My mom had worked with me. My dad is from my friend Rocky in Disney said Mickey Mouse. My friend Rocky is out town in Disney World for vacation.
Hello.
Hello, Shannon.
Hey. How do I get everybody else on here?
I don't know how my screen's different. I can see everybody, but
Oh, okay.
so since you're came on, we're asking you a question.
Okay.
So do you have a favorite like Christmas memory as like a child or like family tradition that you do?
I got Dane, not in this room.
I'm trying to go to snack.
Well, hurry up. It's echoing.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to think of one that I can tell on here. Because I got some that I can't tell on here. But yeah, Chris wants to hear that one. Yeah.
That's a different time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. I just like we used to go to my grandma's and have a big giant family dinner, like lunch every Christmas, and I like that. We don't really do that anymore because a lot of the older people in my family are dead, so it kind of falls onto us. So me and my brother still keep up a tradition where we have Christmas dinner with my family and his and my mom. So.
Well, you
That's
can
a nice-
invite Leanne's mom, or she can join you too.
No, if she decides to come, it's probably that's
a different story.
yeah.
Even though we love Phyllis, she seems like a nice lady.
We got her to come to Thanksgiving, so that was a huge win.
Because I called her and gave her an earful coming back from last eye dance.
Yeah, that's probably what talked her to come into Thanksgiving, but Christmas might be a different story. Yeah. So I don't know. We can try to guilt her into showing up, but
yeah.
Who's all here? And I can't. All I can see is Kim. Who else is here?
So Melissa, Thomas, Jeff Betts.
What's popping?
Not much.
What's up, guys?
Hey, you know what, Shannon? If you click on the little upper right corner where it says view, you should have the choice of either choosing gallery or speaker. And if you choose gallery, it should show you everybody who's here.
So I go to
View.
Oops.
Are you on a phone or are you on a computer?
I'm on a phone. Yeah. Go to
Oh, okay.
more.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it is on a phone.
Oh.
Yeah, it should be a little box that says view, and then if you open that, usually you can choose between gallery or speaker. But yeah, I'm not sure about a phone.
There's a participants button. Let me check. Oh, no, it just tells me what the participants. I'm sorry, I'm not very savvy. Yeah, I can't find a U button. There's a Zoom. No, that's what, never mind. All right. I'm bringing the show down. This is you're all purple in that. What's the?
Bring the show down.
Who's that? Frizzy? What's up, Frizz? What the? You couldn't be more relaxed. Look at that. Maybe position the camera at a better angle. Frizz. Yeah. Maybe put it up higher. I could do that. I'll do this. I'm talking to Chris has got a nice view. We can see his handsome face. Yeah. So, oh, he's taking it up. We can only see his eyes. There we go. Look at that handsome face. I want to pinch those cheeks. I can see him through the camera.
Yeah. So since Shannon answered that question, we will continue on with the show. I know one of our favorite traditions as athletes going, it's probably a good thing that we aren't doing it right now, because swim team used to be like a winter sport, so we would actually compete like this past weekend if it was,
Yeah, but
unless it changed.
Because it's still a winter sport.
Yeah, so it used to be like more like a fall sport.
Fall sport.
But we
it's a
would
winter
always,
sport.
as athletes, we would sing Christmas carols the whole time going from BG to Columbus. So
I remember that, Kim.
yeah, and I'm sure some of our coaches now were probably missing that tradition. So we will get on our show. So it is my pleasure to welcome Jeff. That's, since many people may not know what Jeff does, so if you can explain what you do, Jeff. So I think you're muted there, Jeff. There you go.
Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, technically I'm a video producer, and basically what that is I'm a manager of video projects. So anything that goes into a video that I'm working on, I have to make sure that all the details are there, so that you can, shoot the footage, and you can make sure there's whatever the story behind it is, or the message behind it is, that's all in place. And then I have to make sure, usually myself, that it gets edited and delivered to whoever the client is. So I first met Kim on a video about the Scanning Solutions organization, which I guess is still part of Work Leads to Independence, right? But at that time it was part of Woodland Industries. Yeah, it really, the thing I really like about my work is I'm always doing the same kinds of things, scheduling stuff or going out on a shoot or editing, but it's always different because with every new project, you meet a whole batch of new people. And usually I get to learn all about what it is they do. And, so it's a lot of fun.
And then you also have your own business, producer, is it Producer One?
Yeah, Producer One Media. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting story. So I lived out in San Diego, California for 20 years. I grew up in Bowling Green, moved away in 1985, was out in San Diego for 20 years. And with a partner, I had started the same kind of business out there. And then when I came back to Bowling Green in 2005, that's when I started Producer One. And that was something I never expected, when I was going to school, trying to learn about how to make videos and films and stuff. I never stopped to think about the business side of it. I just thought about, oh, I want to do these projects. So that's been another whole part of my learning process is what does it take to run a small business? Now, I'm a really small business. I would say I'm a micro business, but you still have to deal with taxes and, forms to be filed and all kinds of stuff that I have no real interest in, but you got to learn how to do it and deal with it. So yeah, I've got a business.
Yeah, because I was actually asking Emily, I happened to talk to her today and I'm like, hey, before I get this wrong, what is Jeff's company's business's name? And so she's like, it's Producer One Media. And so she's like, yeah, she's like, I'll get to Miss. She said she's bummed that she couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah, so she says.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
So Jeff is doing some videos right now at Wood Lane so he films a lot of the videos behind the scenes at Wood Lane. So he's doing the DSP videos, and he also filmed a big one a couple months ago, I want to say, for People First, which is should be done soon, but Joanne said first they asked him to film the DSP videos because that's a big crisis.
When is that going to be done? When is that going to be done? When is that going to be done, Kim?
I'm not sure. You have to ask Jeff that question.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I can't, Melissa, I'm sorry, I can't answer either because it kind of depends on where we come out with the DSP stuff. That's probably all gonna, from my standpoint, that's probably gonna be wrapped up towards the end of December here or very beginning of January. So once that's done, then I can turn my attention back to finishing off People First. We have a good cut of that, but it still needs to be fine-tuned. And then there's a bunch of work that needs to be done with creating the background that's behind you guys as you go through the.
I
the
understand, Jeff, but when we get to that point, can you call Emily and tell her that we can watch it at one of our People First meetings?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know, I can't remember who said this now, but I heard there was going to be some kind of big screening party and pizza, and then I said, well, I'd like to be at that. So yeah, there's no question that when it's done, I know that they're gonna let all you guys know and have some kind of celebration and viewing of it. So
for those that don't know, People First filmed a disability rights video, and that's what Melissa's asking about when it's being done. We got to film that several months ago. It's been,
Is
but
Dan-
like
It
Jeff
has
said,
been several months ago, and it's like, and a lot of people in People First are really waiting to, and then Emily says when it comes out, we're gonna have a pizza celebration thing and have everybody in People First come to it.
well, it'll be open to anybody.
I know about anybody, but mostly People First want to see it how we turned out,
Yeah.
and one of them is
laughing.
Aunt Schoolie.
no, I'm
Yeah.
laughing because I'm only laughing because it's always the same on every project. It's, it just always takes way too long, especially if, you're one of the people who participated, and I always feel bad about that. But then the flip side is when it's done and you see how well it came out, then you're like, okay, yeah, well, it was worth the wait. So, but,
Yeah.
and I know Melissa and all the other People First really hard that day. But I think they had a little fun too. So
Yeah, it was fun. So Jeff, I have some questions to ask you. So we're gonna get to know you a little bit better. So who is your hero and why?
yeah, Kim, this list of questions you sent, it's like, I'm really racking my brain here. You're really digging deep.
Well, me and Rhonda, Kendall, and Rhonda, of course. Me and Rhonda came up with this list.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're great questions. They're really great questions. They're just hard to answer. So I'll do my best. But so I don't really have a single hero. I can tell you that the people I really admire are people who just decide they want to do something, and then they do it. No matter, doesn't matter if people say, "Oh, you can't do that," or they just go out and they find a way to do it. And that, and the other thing I really like is when somebody who, you think of as being perfect, like maybe an entertainer or a movie maker or a celebrity or whatever, they kind of pull back the curtain and reveal that they're just ordinary people. And one of the first time I ever saw that happen was there was a director from like the 60s and 70s named Sidney Pollack. And he talked about how every time he makes a film, he feels like he's going to fail miserably. And this is one of the most successful directors of his era. And that was the first time I ever saw something like that. And it really made an impression on me. And ever since then, it's like I look for people like that, and, the people who are just, they say, I'm going to do this. I don't care if I know how to do it or not. I'm just going to find out a way to do it. So I don't have a specific hero, really. I just like those kinds of people.
Sidney Pollack's your hero.
Kind of. Yeah. He's one of many.
So I'll skip number 2 because that's like what brought you to Ward County Board of BD. But instead of that, so how did you get into like making like these videos? What inspired you to start like where you are now?
Do you mind if I answer the question about the board, how I came to the board? Because it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you can answer that.
All right. Well, so it was a long process. It took me like 5 years to get to a point where somebody finally said to me, "Hey, let's talk about doing some videos here at the board." So how it started was after I moved back to Bowling Green, I came out to one of those events that the board holds, like a day long, where they invite the public to come in and see all the great things that go on. And so I went out there because even though I grew up in Bowling Green, I really only knew about the school. And so I got about halfway through my tour and everything, and I started immediately thinking, this is an amazing place. Somebody ought to be doing videos about this. So a week later, I reached out to somebody who had been working that day and, sent an email and said, "Hey, have you guys ever thought about this?" So anyway, stepped forward like 3 or 4 years. And finally, I ended up meeting Jay Salvage at some Chamber of Commerce event. Had a great time talking to him. And I reached back out to him like a couple months later, and I gave him the same idea. And then about a year later, he called me in for a meeting. And that's what led to that Scanning Solutions video, Kim. So he thought, and of course, at that time it was Wood Lane Industries, and, it was still part of the board and everything. But well, the one thing this is the reason I wanted to tell the story. I mean, Jay Salvage is such a cool guy. So many things about him I really love. But that day when I came in, I still didn't, it's not like I know him very well, but our meeting was right before lunch, and he had this huge peach sitting on his desk. And so finally I said, "What's with the peach?" He goes, "Well, that's my dessert for lunch, and I'm really looking forward to it. My wife packed that for me, and I'll just never forget, this peach he had sitting on his desk." So anyway, he's a funny guy.
He is a good guy. I miss Jay a lot. So
Yeah.
I got to work with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you're still making the videos 5 years later for Wood
Yeah.
Lane.
So then I, like after that one, then I guess really it came down to Molly Terrell reaching out to me, and I'm sure she knew about the Scanning Solutions video, and then that's led to this whole other series of videos for the board, which have been great, really love working with the board and everybody who is part of that. So
So I
Do
know,
you-
like, for example, Leanne's on and she's one of our Special Olympics coaches. Have you ever made them on, like, about Special Olympics? And
no, it is in the plan that that's going to be one of the, departmental videos that we do. And there's kind of been a big, since we started that longer range project of, the various videos, some of the departments have changed an awful lot. And so,
yeah, they have.
so I think when I started, Special Olympics was much more attached to recreate. Anyway, I know there's been a lot of changes, and so that's been one of the ones that's kind of been put to the end of the line until everything kind of settles out. So, and I know that like the SSA department is another one that's gone through major changes and grown, and so that was another one that kind of we started on that one, but it's been pushed back. So, but yeah, that's in the plan. Last I knew was that.
Well, so I got some connections with Leanne's boss, Stephanie Kavanaugh, and I'm sure she's a Bowling Green native, so you might know that name.
Stephanie Cap, yeah, I do, yeah.
Yeah, so Stephanie is the director of Special Olympics now, so I got connections, so I'll put a good ear in her.
And
Yeah.
actually, another thing is if you could do it also, you could do for basketball, do it also video us doing swimming too, Kim.
Yeah.
That's Stephanie's ex Stephanie about that one.
Yeah, I'll put some, when I see her tomorrow, Jeff, I'll put some good ear, some word in her for you.
Okay.
So, okay. So where's your favorite vacation destination?
Yeah, again, I'm just so wishy-washy. I don't have favorites. I have like a bunch of them. So one of the places I really loved that I've been to a couple times now, fortunately, was London, England. Really love that place. It's really fascinating. I like Pittsburgh, I like Cincinnati, I like Chicago, and I love San Diego. Even though I lived there 20 years, it's still, I think it's one of the best places you can go for a vacation. There are so many different things to do and different terrains and mountains and oceans and, I'd really like to do more traveling to like foreign countries. That's something I'm kind of looking forward to. My wife and I may be doing in the next 4 or 5 years, try and go to Spain or France or so again, I don't really have a favorite, but I just like going different places, whether it's to relax or go to museums or meet people.
I get it. I like going new places.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity a couple of years ago, now to travel over to South America, to Peru and Bolivia. And I had no desire to go there. And my grandpa's like, hey, I'll pay for you guys to go. And so I was like out of school in the summer. So I'm like, okay, well, I can't turn him down if he's gonna pay for this like trip of a lifetime. So
Yeah. How was it?
it was amazing. I got to walk on Machu Picchu a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I never been to California, so I'll have to go there. That's always been on my bucket
Yeah,
list.
well, yeah, you better hurry. It's probably going to all burn away and drop into the ocean the way things are going. But
Yeah.
it's too bad, some of the issues they have. And that's actually one of the reasons my wife and I left, is that we were seeing the early signs of a lot of the things that have been going on over the past 4 or 5 years now that are really getting serious. So
Yeah.
it's too bad.
So do you have a favorite celebrity crush like growing up? Or-
Cindy Pollock.
Yeah, there you go. See, yeah, it's like I tell you, the closest I come to that is I would say Amy Adams, and it's not a celebrity crush. It's just like, if you want me to pick somebody of the opposite sex who, I think does an amazing job, it's Amy Adams, because, she just, she's a really believable actress. So for what that's worth.
So are you like spending your holidays at home? Is your family coming over or?
You know, unfortunately, we don't have any family in the area. My wife's family is still out in California. Well, some of it, and some of it's in New Mexico. My family has, I've only got a sister left, and she's in Tennessee. But what we do like to do is we like to have small gatherings with friends and just, you know, kind of relax, you know. So nothing
What,
major, just, you know, home time.
what part of Tennessee is your sister in?
Well, if I said she took the last train to Clarksville, I'd be telling you where she lives. She lives in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Which is right outside of Nashville, isn't it?
I guess it's about an hour. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not very far. Yeah, she was a school teacher for many, many years on the military base there, Fort Campbell. So,
Okay. Yeah, I know. My family's was in the military, so I know I heard of Fort Campbell multiple times.
yeah.
That's cool. So if you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Okay, this one I can do. Pizza. It would be pizza. No question about it. It would be pizza.
What kind of pizza?
See, that's the great thing about pizza. It can be, all right. If I had to choose one kind, I'd say thick crust with pepperoni, black olive, green pepper, onion, and mushroom. Like
Sounds-
Chicago style, the you know, thick crust.
Yeah, pizza's good.
Yep.
Shannon must like his pizza.
Yeah, I do. I like pizza.
You should have it
Yeah.
tonight for dinner, Shannon.
I think I'm gonna have a bowl of frosted mini wheats for dinner tonight, Cam.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's what I'm eating. Here.
I'll see if I can tell Leanne to make you some pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I think sometimes breakfast for dinner is great. I love that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good bowl of cereal? Mm.
Sounds good. So Jeff, do you have a favorite sport to watch? And who is your favorite team and why?
You know, I really cut back over the past couple of years just because it seems like my work has gotten so busy that coincides with the football season, and that's the sport I watch. And I, you know, right now I haven't really been following this the past couple seasons, but I've been a fan of the San Francisco 49ers since I was like 8 years old, living here in Bowling Green, and used to take all kinds of guff because, you know, I wasn't a Cincinnati Bengal or a Cleveland Brown fan, but I don't know why. I just always liked the 49ers. And this was when they were just kind of a middle of the road team. They had a quarterback named John Brody. He was a good QB, but they didn't have much of a team. They had a great wide receiver named Gene Washington. So I've just always followed them. And then I got lucky about the time I graduated from high school. They became this super team with Joe Montana and, you know, all the other greats.
Steve Young.
Steve Young, yeah, for sure. And all the talent they had, and amazing coach. And so I've always had a soft spot in my heart for the 49ers for some reason. So, and I like football because I just think it's really, sometimes I'm just so amazed at, you know, when they do the slow motion replay of some of these catches or tackles or, you know, runs. It's just amazing that a body can even move that way. I mean, I know I couldn't make my body move that way, but it's phenomenal what football athletes are capable of doing. And I think that it's so much better than it was like 10 years ago, that the skill level every year just gets better and better. So
It's the best sport to bet on too.
yeah. Yeah. Most exciting probably, for sure.
Mm. Yeah.
So if you could be anyone else, who would you be and why?
You're kind of breaking up, Kim.
Okay, so if you could be anyone else, who would you be and why?
Okay, all right. This one I can give you a solid answer on. If I could be anybody else, I would be Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters, man. Because that guy, Dave Grohl, is a perfect example of the kind of person I was talking about earlier, my heroes. You know, I mean, he's a self-taught drummer. He created the Foo Fighters out of nothing. The first album was just him playing all the different instruments. He'd never done that before, but you know, after the Nirvana band broke up, or not broke up, but you know, the Kurt Cobain thing, that's what he did, and that led to the band. And every time you see a clip of those guys performing, they're just all having such a great time. It's clear they love music, and they decide to do things and they do it. He made this video about, I guess it was about a music studio in Los Angeles where a lot of really great bands have recorded albums and stuff. And so they were closing it down. So he decided he wanted to do a documentary about it. You know, he'd never done it before. He just decided, I want to do this. It's important to me. And then he showed how they make their music, and it's just, you know, it's great. He's a great guy, and that's who I'd want to be, Dave Grohl.
That sounds like a good
Good
one.
Yeah, that was a good answer. Yeah, I agree with you.
So Jeff, do you have a favorite childhood memory?
I do. It's kind of hard to describe, but I'll do my best here. I think between the ages of like 6 and 8 in the summertime, first of all, I should tell you, so my dad was a trumpet player and teacher at BGSU. And so during the summers, because he was trying to find a way to get us a good vacation, but also keep money coming in, he would teach at this place in Maine called New England Music Camp. And it was the coolest thing. So since I was so young, all I had to do was I got to go with the family and I got to play all day in this wooded area on this lake. And it was every day, it was like just a paradise. And we could go off in the woods at the top of this hill. We built this fort, and so it was really cool. Everybody else, the campers and people like my dad, you know, were busy with music lessons or acting lessons or whatever. So the camp was really cool. But for me as a little kid, it was just like, you know, 8 weeks of doing whatever I wanted to in this beautiful lake place. We could go canoeing, we could go swimming, we could, you know, build forts. And so that's probably my favorite childhood memory.
Well, that's all the questions that I have for you. So I'll open it up to, I guess, the audience. And I guess I'll start with Chris. And I guess Jeff has his cat on him too.
I do.
What kind of cat it is? What kind of cat?
He's just like a regular short hair. He was a kitten, and he came up to me. He was lost and sick and kept meowing at me, and so
What
took
is
him
it
in.
for color? What is the color?
I'm sorry, Chris. I don't.
What is the color?
What's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color. Oh, that's easy. That's orange.
What is your dream? Is you want to go up be a cop? Your dream.
What was your dream? What was your dream job?
Well, my dream was actually to be somebody like Sidney Pollack, Chris, but I'm a video guy instead of a film guy. But I take a lot of joy in my work, and I love what I do. I like telling stories.
Vacation, go to vacation. Vacation.
You have a favorite vacation spot?
Oh, well, yeah, like I said, I like Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, San Diego, London.
I have a-
You a hot state fan? Hot state, my guys.
Oh yeah, sure, I like the Buckeyes. Can't live in Ohio and not like the Buckeyes.
Buckeye go to the West Bowl, Utah.
Kim?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said they go to Rose Bowl to face Utah,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
which is a tough decision because my dad graduated from University of Utah and I'm a big
Ah.
Buckeye fan.
Go Buckeye, Kim.
So what are you gonna Kim, what are you gonna do?
I'm not I'm not sure what I'll do then. I guess I'll have to.
He didn't get next Wednesday.
I don't know. What's Chris? We're answer that in a little bit, okay?
Send him a day for Christmas. Send him a day for Christmas. Send him a day for Christmas.
Okay. Sounds good.
I have a question. Jeff, what is your most favorite piece that you've ever done? Like, what is your biggest accomplishment with your personal work?
Gosh, that's really tough. Well, you know what? When I was still in San Diego, I did this documentary about, I guess the economic growth in San Diego. And what had happened was San Diego, it's still a kind of a big Navy town, but back in the 40s and 50s, I mean, that's all it was a sleepy little Navy town. So the government had like ripped out a bunch of bases and they were kind of in an economic free fall, and all these businesses had kind of sprung up, and they were trying to find a way to have a stable economic base. And so we did a documentary about that, and it sounds really boring, but it was really one of the first times that I got to be in control of telling how the story was told and what it looked like and how it was edited. And we did a really good job. We had to work really hard. But I think we told a really good story. And again, mainly it was about me finally stepping into the role that I had been preparing for like, 10 years or something. So that was an important project for me.
Jeff, how do you work there? How do you work there?
Chris, he doesn't work at Woodland. He makes videos for Woodland.
He does the videos for us.
Hey, Kim.
Yes.
He need to put video on I come too sometime.
Okay, I'll tell Rhonda. He wants you to do a action club video, Jeff.
Agree on that one, Kim.
Well, I know I'm going to have to finish the people first video first, Chris, but hey, I'm game to do any video that you guys want, so.
Hey, Jeff, I did my own video, with Zach and Jacob, and that's it. I did my own video. My video is on Facebook. My video is on Facebook. My video is.
You're putting a video on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Outside. Up and down, upside too.
Oh, it's an exercise video that he did with Zach and Jacob, who's no longer with us, who were in Special Olympics.
Oh, nice.
That I remember that. I remember that one, Kim.
Well, does anybody else have any questions for Jeff?
Huh? What's going down?
Do you have any questions for Jeff, Shannon?
Me?
Yeah.
How does he looks good in purple? I'll tell him that. He's got a purple hue about him.
Yeah, something about the webcam on this. I don't know what, it's a Dell, but yeah, so I actually have a question for Shannon.
What's that?
So is it going to be sugar or cinnamon frosted mini wheats?
Just the regular frosted mini wheats, the orange box. I don't know. It's not the
Okay.
cinnamon. No cinnamon. Yeah. 2% milk, Jeff.
I'm trying oat milk these days, so
Oh yeah?
I hear you.
Yeah. I prefer whole milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care if it'll take a couple days off my life. It's all right. There's my wife. Hi. Do you have anything?
Crazy. You crazy. So you crazy.
You get Chris's cheeks in that picture, man. I just want to reach through the camera.
No. I'm about to right on you.
Is that your bed behind you, Chris?
Yep.
Nope. Is that an old hand? Has that been passed down from generations, that cover on there?
The Christmas Bessie, the bed from Amish. Bed from Amish.
The Amish made it?
Yeah.
They make good quality
Amish stuff, remember? Yep.
They make good quality stuff, the Amish.
Kim, can we it's 8 o'clock. Can we finish up?
What?
Yes.
Frizzy's bringing the show to a halt.
Stop.
So I want to thank Jeff for spending some time with us. Thank you, Jeff, for taking time out of your night to spend time with us here on the Konnect with Kim show.
I had a lot of fun.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, how cousin? Good job.
Yeah, Chris.
Merry Christmas to all.
You just
Kim,
All have
Yes.
a good night.
Kim,
Yes.
who's your person next week?
Well, we're
No,
gonna
Chris.
I'll let you guys know when we all figure that out. So
Oh,
Okay.
maybe Kim might have wanted to drop a teaser in there. A
Yeah,
little
yeah.
teaser to entice people for next week.
yeah, once we figure it
Make
out,
something
I'll
up.
let everybody know.
Make something up.
Yeah.
You
Kim?
should give a first letter.
Yeah.
Melissa Prezzato is going to be your special guest. I actually would like to ask Melissa some questions. Actually.
Shannon,
Yeah.
shut it.
Hey, let's all talk nice on the Konnect with
I know.
Kim show.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kim. You real-
Kim.
Hey, Melissa, for you, maybe that will cost you a laugh with Leanne for its.
No.
Kim,
Yes.
are you guys done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Everybody's done. The way to get off. Everybody ready to get off the show.
Yes.
Okay, Kim. I'll see you tomorrow, assuming.
I won't be there.
Bye, Kim.
See ya.
Thanks
See you
for
tomorrow,
asking me,
Kim.
Kim. Nice meeting you all.
Bye.
Have
Bye.
a good night.